Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will learn about matrices. You must have heard about AI and machine learning. Matrices are used extensively in these topics. There are many more use cases of matrices. So let's get started. What is a matrix? A matrix is an ordered collection of elements. Elements can mean numbers, variables, functions, and a lot more. So, what do I mean by an ordered collection? Let's say I have a matrix A with the following elements. These are called the rows of a matrix, and these are the columns. Next, we define what is an order of a matrix. So in this example, the order is 2 cross 3 since we have 2 rows and 3 columns. In general, we can say that for any matrix A with m rows and n columns, the order is m cross n. Okay, now let's see a few examples. Is this a matrix? No, it's not, because all the rows should have the same length. Here the first row has length 3, the second row has length 2, so it's not the same. And all the columns should also have the same length. Here the third column is of length 1, while the other two are of length 2. Are A and B equal? No, they are not, because the definition of matrix is an ordered collection of elements. So the order of the elements is important. Here it's 1, 2, whereas in B it's 2, 1. To explain this better, I will use another notation for a matrix. A matrix A can be written in this way. M cross n is the order of the matrix, and Aij is the element in the ith row and jth column. Here A11 for matrix A is 1, A12 is 2, A21 is 3, and A22 is 4. So you can write a matrix in this way as well. For two matrices A and B to be equal, the order of both the matrices should be same. So if A has m rows and n columns, B must also have m rows and n columns. If the order is not the same, they cannot be equal. And all the elements Aij of matrix A should be equal to the corresponding element Bij of matrix B. For example, here the matrices A and B are equal because all the corresponding elements of the matrices are equal. If I change even one element of B, let's say I change this to 3, now A and B are not equal. Now let's talk about the different types of matrices. First, the column matrix. As the name suggests, in a column matrix there is only one column. So n is always 1 and m can be any value. Second, row matrix. A row matrix has one row, so m has to be 1 and n can be any value. Next, a square matrix. For a square matrix, m should be equal to n, so the number of rows should be equal to the number of columns. Next is the diagonal matrix. A diagonal matrix is a square matrix with all the non-diagonal elements as 0. So let's say this was the diagonal of the matrix. Whenever we talk about a diagonal matrix, we refer to this diagonal and not this one. So all the non-diagonal elements are 0, while the diagonal elements could be anything. They can be 0 as well. Next we have the scalar matrix. A scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix with all its diagonal elements equal. Here I am writing A as a variable. Next we have the identity matrix. An identity matrix is a diagonal matrix with all its diagonal elements as 1. So this is an identity matrix with order 3 cross 3. Next we have the zero matrix. As the name suggests, all the elements of a zero matrix are 0. It's also called a null matrix. Now the zero matrix does not have to be a square matrix, meaning m does not have to be equal to n. But for identity matrix, it has to be a square matrix. A scalar matrix is also a square matrix, and a diagonal matrix is also a square matrix. An easy way to denote an identity matrix is by the letter I. The subscript n gives the order of the matrix. Here it's 3. So this represents a 3 cross 3 identity matrix. Now we will talk about matrix operations. There are mainly three matrix operations: addition, subtraction, scalar multiplication, and matrix multiplication. Let's get started with addition and subtraction. For adding two matrices A and B, firstly they should be of the same order. If A is of order m cross n, then B should also be of order m cross n. To add two matrices, let's say A is 1, 2, B is 5, minus 1, 4. You just have to add the corresponding elements. A11 gets added to B11. A12 gets added to B12. A21 gets added to B21 and A22 gets added to B22. So this is A plus B. Similarly, if you want to subtract two matrices, A minus B, you just have to subtract the corresponding elements. As you can see, for this to happen, the order of both the matrices should be same so that every element has a corresponding element which can be added or subtracted. Now let's talk about scalar multiplication. Let's say we have a matrix A to which a scalar k has to be multiplied. Then the scalar k gets multiplied to every element of matrix A. If I say C is equal to k into A, then C will be k aij. For example, let's say A is 5, 3, minus 1, 2, and k is a scalar 2. Then k into A is equal to 10, 6, minus 2, 4. Just multiply the scalar with every element of the matrix. Here there is no need to think about the order of the matrix since we are just multiplying a scalar. Next we have matrix multiplication. Let's say we want to multiply two matrices A and B. The order of matrix A is m1 cross n1 and order of B is m2 cross n2. For the multiplication to be possible, the number of columns of A, which is n1, should be equal to the number of rows in B, which is m2. Only then the multiplication is possible. I'll demonstrate this with an example. Let's say A is 1, 2, 4, 1 and B is 6, 7. To multiply these two matrices, the first row of the first matrix gets multiplied with the first column of the second matrix. Let's label these A11, A12 and A13. This is B11, B21 and B31. Let's say C is equal to A into B. So C will have its first element C11 as A11 into B11 plus A12 into B21 plus A13 into B31. C12 will be formed by the multiplication of the first row of A with the second column of B. So C12 will be equal to A11 into B32. C21 will be formed by the multiplication of second row of A with the first column of B. This will be 2 plus 8 plus 6. And similarly C22 will be formed by the multiplication of the second row of A with the second column of B. So it will be 6 plus 20 plus 7. So the final order of C has become 2 cross 2. Here the order of A was 2 cross 3 and the order of B was 3 cross 2. Whenever you multiply two matrices, the final order of the product is always the number of rows of the first matrix cross the number of columns of the second matrix. So here it's 2 cross 2, as you can see in the result as well. Let me do a few more examples so that you can do matrix multiplication mentally. Let's say I have A as 1, 4, 5, 9, 5, 2 and B as 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I want to get the product C as A into B. To do this mentally, I will just think of taking this row and putting it over the first column. So I can write the first element as 1 plus 8 plus 25. The second element C12 by putting the first row over the second column of B. That will give me 6 plus 28 plus 40. I'll get C31 by using the third row of A and putting it over the first column of B. So it will be 9 plus 10 plus 10. Now these were big numbers, so maybe it wasn't easy to add them while you were multiplying the corresponding elements. But if the elements were small, in this case it was 1, 8, 25. So I could have directly written 34 instead of writing all the three elements for all the elements of C. If showing the steps is important for a question, then you might have to show the different elements getting added. But if you want to solve a problem fast, you might want to practice this so as to do this mentally and as fast as possible. So here the order of the product was 3 cross 2. As you can see, the order of A was 3 cross 3 and the order of B was 3 cross 2. So the product's order will be the number of rows of A cross the number of columns of B. Another important thing to note is that for addition, A plus B is equal to B plus A. This is the commutative law. It holds for addition. But for matrix multiplication, AB is not generally equal to B into A. This is very clear if you just think about the order. Even if two matrices A and B are multiplicable, it doesn't mean that B into A is possible. Since if for A the number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B, it doesn't mean that the number of columns of B will be equal to the number of rows of A. Moreover, even if they are equal, let's say A is a 2 cross 2 matrix and B is also a 2 cross 2 matrix. For AB, the first element C11 will be formed by the multiplication of the first row of A to the first column of B. Whereas for BA, the first element of the product, let's call it D, will be formed by the multiplication of the first row of matrix B with the first column of A. So the elements being used to calculate the first element are not the same in both the cases. So matrix multiplication is not commutative. This is it for this lesson. In the next video, we will talk about transpose, symmetric, skew symmetric matrices and calculating the inverse of a matrix. Thanks for watching.